Raw-Viking. So you thought you would never be able to run more than a 10K. Is that right?
That is correct.
And how much are you running now?
Well, it depends. 10K will be, just an easy training run, usually. I do hard trail half marathons. The longest I ran was 31 kilometers so far, but I will run just a hard trail marathon distance. No competitions yet though, but measured with my own GPS.
So how did you overcome that limiting belief?
I went completely raw, and I guess it lowered inflammation in my body, and suddenly I could actually run longer. It would still hurt my knees, so I had to train very carefully in shorter distances and go easy and build it up very slowly. But I just did the right thing. I ate appropriately and I trained appropriately, and suddenly I just exploded my limiting belief, really. Yeah.
So in a way you just proved yourself wrong.
Yeah, you could say that.
Did you do any work specifically at the mental level?
I think the work that I did at the mental level is the work that I always do, that I have been doing for 20 years, and that is mostly about really trying to not put myself down or to put doubt about myself or what I can do, into my head or into my heart. So I would say anything is possible for basically anybody, everybody.
If someone wants to overcome their own limiting beliefs about fitness, what advice would you give them?
You have a body now that might not be able to do all these things, and that is not because of who you are genetically. That is because of what you have been doing up until now, for the most part. And so if you change what you are doing, if you eat and live appropriately, and if you train appropriately, there is nothing that actually say that you cannot do what others are doing. You can have that too, depending on how long you have been doing the wrong things to achieve this. It may take quite some time to recover from that and to get into really good shape. But the cool thing is that if you start now, or if you get going now, in very short time you will be able to see good progress and great results, providing that you do the appropriate things to get there.
What's the danger of trying too hard?
Well, if you try too hard, it will be too much. You will feel probably like you're failing, maybe, and that you cannot do it. It was too hard. If you need a week to recover from your first workout, the probability is quite high that the second workout might not even happen after that 1 week you needed to recover. So get into a routine that you can do and that you can succeed with. If you hit it too hard and you feel like you're failing, if you're comparing yourself to people who are in really good shape, or are really doing it, have been doing it for some time, or you are likely to feel like you're failing again, and then you're confirming your limiting belief instead of working on pushing it and expanding the limits of your capability. So you do not want to set yourself up for feeling like a failure. Do it appropriately. Start with some easy workouts, but ramp it up quite quickly to a level where you're actually working out, getting your heart rate up, sweating. Do that in some intervals so that you have the time to recover, because in the beginning you might not have the endurance to be able to do that for 20 minutes. But if you can do some intervals for 20-30 minutes, that will be good training. After a few weeks you will notice results, and you will not have failed. You will have made progress, and that is pure success.
If someone wants to overcome their limiting beliefs about fitness, what is the one most important quality that they need to develop within themselves?
I really think the most important quality is enjoyment, and with this comes twisting the way you see things to encourage yourself and to see that there's a lot of fun in the stuff lying ahead of you.
You're talking about enjoyment. Does that mean that it's a good idea to pick physical activities that we find fun?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not always going to be fun. Sometimes it might feel like, oh, I do not want to get up from the couch. I do not want to get out of bed and go out running or lifting weights. It just feels heavy and, like a drag. I think you do not have to enjoy it like that all the time. I mean, you can feel like that, but pull yourself out and do it, and you will learn to appreciate it, and you will learn to appreciate the way it makes you feel, and you will enjoy it more. But yeah, when it comes to the type of exercise, it doesn't really matter exactly what you do, as long as you do. Start with something and do not stop. Just keep going, and you will have progress. You start with the running, you start with the weights. It doesn't matter, as long as you do something. And it's a very good idea to start with what you enjoy or what you find enjoyable.
I find it interesting that this is about overcoming limiting beliefs, and yet you're not talking about anything at the mental level, because what you're basically saying is prove yourself wrong and just go out and just do it. So do you have any specific ways to do that, any mental techniques or anything?
I think the most important point is to focus on the positive. You might be running every day, every other day, your legs feeling like lead. It feels like an eternal uphill. It's just a battle. You've been training now for 2 months and it's so heavy every day. But the thing is, you are making progress, and you should look at that progress, and you should really acknowledge that, because yeah, it will be heavy. It will be heavy always, because that is what training is. It is about pushing your limits, but you must focus on the progress. You must focus on what you're accomplishing, what you're doing better. It's not about, yeah, I take 1 hour 10 minutes to run a 10K, that's very slow. But actually, if you last year ran it in 1 hour 30 minutes, then 1 hour 10 minutes is really fast. You're making great progress, and you should keep at it, because you're on a good path, and before you're done, you're gonna do a 45-minute 10K. That's where it's at. So really, focus on those positive things, not just how hard it is. The training being fun, the fresh air you're getting when you're out, the sun on your face, the wind in your hair, everything, the good things in life, how much easier everything gets when you're in good shape and whatever you manage to accomplish. I am not using many mental techniques. I am not rewarding myself for doing the workouts, but I really do think that we just really need to understand that we as beings are nowhere near as limited as the people around us and ourselves will have us believe. It's a lie. It's downright a lie. You can do so much more. Do some yoga, do some meditation, have a mantra. I am free. I can fly across the trails in the wood. Meditate on that. Go out, run. If you feel that it's really heavy, then you can think, yes, it's really heavy, but I am doing it. And soon I will have made enough progress to really fly. And just keep going with it. Do not let yourself put yourself down. Do not accept other people's limiting beliefs about you. You are free. This is very, very important. You are free. You're free to do it, free to make progress, free to evolve, free to have fun and play.